Welcome to Demon Bluff. We're checking out the Demon Bluff demo. What is Demon Bluff? Good question. I don't know. I think it's Mafia in a circle, but single player and roguelike. And the elephant in the room is that the main reason that I'm checking it out is the main reason most people are checking it out is that NORTHERNLION's partnered with Off-Brand Game, which is the Ludwig & Co. gaming publishing company or whatever it is, to get this. I have no idea what his involvement in it is. I would be surprised if it's anything more than money and like maybe he played a demo one afternoon and gave some feedback. But anyway, let's hit the play demo button. There's Ascensions. Let's just click standard and let's figure out how this thing works. I like the menu right now. It's got the right number of... It feels like a Dota 2 menu that's not as overwhelming. You know? It feels like Deadlock TFT, which I don't think should exist. But anyway. There's one evil among all characters. Find and kill it. Okay, it got a bit more complicated all of a sudden. I don't want to click any of these buttons. Pin deck view to board. These characters can be drawn and appear in your current game. Okay, we're not going to look at all of this right now. You can click on cards to reveal their characters. What was the deck view? Draw mode. Okay. Is there erase mode? You can just undo, I suppose. When hovered over, you will see information like Bluff's previous day infos and card reveal. Start executing. Actually, this is report bugs, yes. Very fair, very reasonable. So this is the current deck. This is what exists right now. What does this show me then? This is who the evil I search for? Is that what's going on? Okay, but right now I think it would be better to just start doing things. This is character info. Use it to deduce who is evil. Most characters activate after reveal. Be careful. Evil characters will lie about their role and info. I lie and disguise. So you could be a lying and disguising individual. So 5 is good. You're saying that you're good. That doesn't really help me. Of course you would do that. I'm 1 card away from closest evil. Which one of you two is lying. Maybe. No evil is adjacent to me, but you could be evil, of course. I don't know why I wouldn't just click on all of these. Okay. Number 3 is good. I am good. The correlation here means that this is a guaranteed safety, which means that you're also telling the truth, which means that one of you two is lying. It's a 50-50 as of which is which. It's you because it was a duplicate role. I think that's what was supposed to be going on. Okay. I thought that looks like Chinese for a second. I thought it was one of those. I played so many roguelikes where some lines get accidentally forgotten to be translated or whatever. But anyway, new characters unlocked. Learn good character in the role. Pick a character and learn if they're lying. Okay, now we're on to 6. Okay. I don't know what pin deck view to board means. But this is a game best played with keyboard as well. There's a lot of hotkeys. Okay, 1 evil adjacent to me, so why don't we figure that out? 2 cards away from closest evil. Logically, that means that you're evil, bro. If evil or corrupted, I am dizzy. Can we not just... But, okay, does this mean that I cannot lie? But that means even if somebody disguises into you, It's all good. But then you're lying if that's the case. Number 3 is good. So well, we can just kill you immediately, yes. Do we get more points for doing it sooner? I assume so. I registered as a random evil minion to other characters. We've got neutrals in this house. 3 characters, only 1 is evil. Very cute gremlins, of course. Not that you needed to hear it from me. 2 evils adjacent to me. That would be a surprise. I guess maybe 3, 4, or 6. Well, one of you two is lying. That's just the math on that. Okay, well, given that this is true and this is true, I could just kill you immediately and then we could get a shit ton of points, because, like, math, come on. Twin minion. I lie in disguise. Okay, confirmed. So these are the evils. That it's showing me the evils that can exist. Okay, you can click to activate, but we don't have 3 characters yet. Closest evil is counterclockwise. Thank you for showing me the direction. Which means that we should go this way. You're not useful yet. Also, if you're evil, I assume that you'll be telling me the falseness. I didn't mean to do that. I can't lie to you. I thought that would cancel it, not that it would activate on itself. Okay. So if you're the closest evil, then and you're telling the truth, then you're an evil. Then you're an evil, or you're an evil. Okay, well, why don't we do this then? But if you're evil, then how does this work? There are 2 evils. Yeah, okay, so you're an evil. Most cute characters reveal their true role. Oh, but I forgot that there's actually another. But this is true. We know this is true, and we know this is true. You're chill. We know this is also true. The closest evil is, but it's not equidistant. So then you're lying. What? But what? Can you disguise as a equal, like a neutral character, an outcast? Is that a thing? Maybe I'm tripping. Cause like everything right now seems to check out. Because if because you can't be lying. Because if you're lying, then like, then you're telling the truth. You know what I mean? Because if you're lying and there are no 2 evils, then maybe there are 3 evils. But then you would have to be the other evil, so there can't be another evil. It's a set theory thing or whatever. So, but then we know that this is the case. And given that this is equidistant, that because you have to be evil. Yes, okay. I got really unlucky, I think is what happened there. I think maybe it's probably scripted to make you know that bullshit can happen, because this must be the tutorial run. New characters, the Bombardier. Okay, don't kill this guy. And can't be killed. That means it's a perfectly valid test set. I am good. Number 7 is a real knight. Let's confirm this. Okay. Now, so one of you two is evil, and we don't know which one yet. That's what that means. Equidistant evil. So there's two evils in this like five set. 1, 4, or 7. Well, 1 and 7 are, I think, clear in my eyes. So 4 is possible, but then that would cause confusion, I think. 4, 7, okay, 4, 7 is double dipped here. And there's the wrench. Very Adventure Time art style, which I think is very good. Not enough things look like Adventure Time. This is, I think, isn't this, I thought this was random, but I don't think this is random. So you're good. If you're lying, but you could also be lying. If the closest evil is equidistant, right? All of these motherfuckers can't be lying. Some of them have to be telling the truth. If you're telling the truth, conditionally speaking, and you're telling the truth, then you're lying. But then the closest evil might not be equidistant, because you're really far away. So this can't be the case. So then, like, because there would have to be another evil, and then they wouldn't be equidistant, right? So then it would be a sort of 1, 2 here. But if you're lying, and thus evil, then you're evil. But then the equidistance would fail. So you have to be telling the truth, you have to be lying, and both of you are lying. Yes, easy. I'm good at this if I have the patience for it, but often if I get one wrong, because I missed a step in reasoning, I'll just give up and start clicking, you know. You cannot reveal the last cut, I lie in disguise. Learn how far a specific evil is to another closest evil. Now we're getting convoluted. Okay, but we do know the evils in play, is what we know. Okay, thanks, medium. 2 evils adjacent to me. That's interesting. Which is 2 cards away. We don't know where the witch is yet. Something is blocking me. I think you are blocking you. Well, no, that's not necessarily the case. No evils adjacent to me. 2, 5, or 8. Okay, well, let's use you for a second. 1 is a real knight. What do we just... Okay, there are 0 evils. You can't be lying, because if you're lying, then there would have to be some evils, right? So I think that actually clears this. So I can ignore this set here, which means that you're lying, just like off rip. Yes, okay. So I want to know, does the lie just, is it like necessarily untrue? I have to, it's just false. I assume false means necessarily untrue. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's a stupid logic like discussion, right? So if you're lying, that means there are 0 evils, that means you're chill, that means the witch is 2 cards away from closest evil, which means that you could be the witch, right? But no evils adjacent to me is kind of crazy. Oh, we haven't seen the Bombardier yet. Does that mean... I don't know if the disguises can be of a good, like, you know what I mean? Like, can you disguise as non-villagers? I assume you can. But anyway, we don't want to execute this character anyway, because you can't disguise. So the fact that I haven't seen you means that this probably is you, and you're not an evil. So there's a possibility here. 2, 5, or 8. But we know 2 is evil. So 5 and 8 are chill. But that's factually true, but then who are we, like, what are we doing here, is my question. If you can't die, I should at least click this just for fun, right? Okay. Well, I guess that's true. I can always kill the knight, because the knight is free, which confirms the medium, which confirms the jester. That's actually, I didn't think about that, like, obviously, if the knight can't die, just try and kill the knight, like, just, like, call the bluff right there. Fair enough, fair enough. 2 cards away from closest evil. But that means that you're the witch. No? Am I losing my mind? You can't be the witch. Unless you're lying. Okay, you are lying. Okay. I guess that's fair, like, I needed to test it for it to be the case. I figured it out. Bar. Goat Simulator. Hide 1 outcast in the deck. What do you mean hide? Oh, we don't know which outcast it is. But it could be the Bombardier or whatever. One evil is adjacent, huh? Well, why don't we just test that? Okay, well that was easy enough. Just kill the knight. That's like the immediate bluff. That means that you're telling the truth, which means that we can trust you as well. We now know what the outcast is, right? 2 scouts. Bar is 2 cards away from closest evil, which is 2 cards away from closest evil. Well, why don't we? So we know that this should be 1, so why don't we just clear you? There are 2 evils. Well, that's easy enough. Okay. The ability ones, once you have a little bit of information, you can snowball info easy. So you're a free kill, basically. We have now got Ascension 1. Easy money. It is single player, Tana Salem style stuff as well. Okay, I am dizzy. That was easy enough. A character that can't be disguised as. Free money. 1 adjacent villager is corrupted. But so this means that they are not necessarily evil. Okay. Number 3 is a real gem crafter. Well, you guys nicely cover each other. That would be very pretty of you. So either you're evil or you're both evil. I guess. Or you could just be corrupted. You are 3 cards away from corrupted character. But a corrupted character is a real character. It's just that their ability doesn't work. So you could be true, you could be corrupted, and then you're lying. Okay, that's not true. Well, in that case, why don't we fucking clean up the house real quick and not worry about all that. Kill a few villages, but get quick job. Is there a disadvantage? I still don't know if there's a score disadvantage to clearing them all, or can you just clear them all? You know? Why would you want the clearing ability otherwise? I guess because you can mess with it with some of these abilities. Learn if any of them are evil. Learn that 1 out of 2 characters is a specific minion role. What do you mean that? If, surely? Three or 6 is a twin minion. Well, let's check on it. I mean, this is a fucking comedy. Mediums confirming each other. What is going on here? But if you're lying, then you're lying, and then you're both evil. One evil adjacent to me. Well, if you're true, then you're evil. Then you're evil. Okay. It was like the most of the first case is the true case. One good villager is corrupted. If it's corrupted, learn an evil. So if you know who's lying, it gives you a little mini game basically. Range 2 is something quite funny. Learn how many I cured. So these guys, but you're evil? No, if you, how can this can't be true. If there's only 2 evil, then they need to be the same distance away from each other. That's like, one of you two is lying. One is good. But we didn't draw the healer. Not in this deck, at least. They can't be adjacent to each other in any case, so you have to be the corrupted one. Yes, okay. Thank you for the info, Plague Doctor. And you being 3 cards away means that it's you. Because it can't be 2 cards away. Right? Yes, okay, correct. I'm pretty good at this, huh? When villager becomes an outcast, I sit next to it. Okay. What, as in it turns into an outcast. I disguise as a good villager. Hints. I like the hints. I don't know why. I guess it's just info. Okay, well, as always. Okay, well that's easy enough. Why would you ever disguise yourself as a character that can't like get tested by 1 button click, man? So one of you is an outcast. I guess you're the outcast, huh? Click all our options. There's only 1 pair of evil. You're telling the truth, then it's you. Easy enough. How much harder does this go, bro? We could probably just keep going forever at this rate. I disguise as I am not in play, villager. I am corrupted and I lie. I can't be cured. But if you're corrupted and you lie, I thought it was tautologist in that case. I am good. Okay, that's good. 1 evil adjacent to me. Well then, you're lying. If you're lying, then you're telling the truth. And you're telling the truth. But why don't we just... Well, that's easy enough. I guess you could also be corrupted now. I went far on that. One adjacent villager is corrupted if possible. I lie in disguise. Okay, well then you're lying, bro. Oh, you were corrupted. I didn't need to kill you just because you were corrupted. Okay, but then you're evil because you're corrupted. Yeah. 5 or 8 is a poison, or 4 or 6 is a minion. Well, we solved that riddle real quick. Well then I guess it's you, huh? Nope. Evils win. You ran out of health. It was you. Let me think about how could I have figured that one out? Because wasn't it necessarily I guess you said from closest evil. What did you say? On last heart, lose current score and restart the run. I assume that means game like the run ends. Okay, but we lost our heart. You only get 2 mistakes. Basically, there's 8 mistakes you can make, but I guess they made it so that you could maybe some mistakes are forgivable or whatever. Nine is good. I cured 1 corruption. But are you telling the truth? Okay. Number 6 is a real alchemist. We have sort of a... Okay, well, again. Bro's tripping. If evil picked executed. Oh yeah, this is the free pick, right? Okay, that's true. You could be lying, of course. But there's like a triangle of trust here. 8 is good. Oh, come on, buddy. Find a random outcast among them. No outcasts. Guess we don't even know which outcast this is. It's the drunk, isn't it? That's the one that hides itself and lies. It's basically like, it's evil, but you can't kill it. I guess it's commentary on alcoholism or whatever. Since we know an evil, we can, I guess, but there's too many points pointing towards 6 being good. For 6 to be evil, like we only have 1 evil left, so both of these guys can't be lying. I guess they can be lying. But 1 adjacent villager is corrupted. One of you 2 is lying. It could be that among 1, 2, and 9 there is 1 outcast. That would make more sense. Is 4 or 8 evil false? Well, buddy, we know that that's not the case, man. Pookie? Villagers adjacent to me are corrupt. Isn't that just a better version of Bar? Or the other one? 2 cards away from nearest evil. Okay. I cured 1 corruption, so you say. Both of you can't. I guess both of you can be 2 cards away from nearest evil. But if you cure a corruption and the only corruption comes from, well, you also corrupt. So there could be up to 3 corruptions. 1 pair of evil, huh? Yes, that seems less statistically unlikely given the shakeout of this situation. So number 6 is corrupted, so number 7 is evil. Easy enough. I guess if you ask it to kill itself, that's a confirmation, but I guess it's the ultimate confirmation. Well, no, because I think that behavior would be the same anyway. So that was actually I got lucky, I think. Okay, so you cause corruption, which means that your cure of corruption is correct, which means that you're not corrupted. But you could be evil. You're not evil. Okay, that's good. But you were corrupted. One, 6, or 9. Isn't this false? But we know this is true. But this can also be true. Well, no, it can't be true. Because, okay, we know both of these are good, and we know you're not evil, because you're chill like that. So, it would have to be you, but then that would... Okay, so you're evil then. Yes, okay. When an unrevealed good villager becomes a baker. Okay. Learn which side of the circle is more evil. We're now Ascension 2. Shit gets crazy, I think is the point here. I am dizzy. You could be corrupted. Let's not go crazy. No evil is adjacent to me. Well, one of you two is lying. The fact that both of you are telling the truth here, which leads me to believe you're lying. But then again, you're dizzy. True, huh? Let's just gamble. Yeah, that means you're chill, that means you're chill, that means you're chill. Which also means you're chill. I forgot that. Okay, you are the original baker. Doesn't that just mean that you're evil? No, you're the drunk. I guess we should have known that you're the not in play character, right? I guess you're lying because you are. Okay, I see. I don't know who Wumpy Dumple is, but let's just hit the apply button and don't worry about it. Shaman and Bishop. Luckily, the good thing is you don't need to worry about all of this. This button, this shows you what you need to worry about. I killed 0 corruptions. Dore dore. Okay, well, we shouldn't kill you. 1, 4, or 6. Well, we're 2 slayers, so why don't we... Guess that might have been a waste, huh? Bad info? Is that all you do? I guess a villager that becomes an outcast that's next to a lion in disguise. Which means it's probably you that does that. No, I've killed another drunk. Which means there's another outcast. Okay. Bad play. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what was going on that one. That's the thing that does suck. When you lose, you have no idea what went wrong. 6 or 8 is a shaman. Well, why don't we check on all that? No evil's adjacent to me. Minion roll, you said. The evil. But we know that this is... Well, this only way this is not true is... Wait, no, this can't not be true. Because you would have to have said 0 or 2. But no. It's possible that if this is a lie, then you're evil. Which means that you'd also be evil. Which means that we would have all 3 here. I am good. That's chill. 2 cards away from a corrupted character. Okay. But that clears you, actually. But we know you're not a shaman, right? So doesn't this, like, if you're lying, then you're the puka, but then that means that you'd also be lying. It's actually possible. But okay, there are no corrupted characters is a lie, because we know that there's corrupted characters, actually. Which means that you're telling the truth, you're not corrupted, which means that you're not the puka. But you could be the puka. No, but if you're the puka, then that means you're not lying. It means that you're the puka. But then, yeah. I think that's the case. Nope. You would have to no, but then you would be lying, and you're not lying because you're telling the truth. Unless you're not telling the truth and you're evil. But no, but then that can't be the case. Because we're out of evils to allocate, which means you have to be telling the truth. Because if you're lying, then we would have 2 evils at least, and that's not possible. So you're telling the truth, which means you're telling the truth. Oh wait, you're corrupted, so it's you. No, wait, what? You were corrupted, of course. It was... oh my god. I still don't know how this game ends, by the way, but I'm gonna keep going until it tells me the run is over. Hmm. Three, 4, or 8. Okay, there's a lot going on here, but first things first, we obviously do that. Easy enough. Hold on. I just like clicking. Music is playing in my ears a bit now that I'm listening to it for half an hour. It's a bit repetitive. It needs a little bit of variety. I don't know, but it's fine. I'm chill with it. Okay. Well, this is completely random, I guess. But we know if you're telling the truth because we know there's outcasts, so we know that you're not going to disguise as a outcast, right? It seems like that's the case so far. Okay, so you're telling the truth. So you're chill. I mean, you could be corrupted, but I guess we just need to click this to confirm any corruption. Well, but we know that number 4 is not evil. We've tried to kill, so you're lying. Okay, and now we learn, of course, that you can't disguise. So there's a plague doctor hidden somewhere. But that means that the bombardier can be... okay, that's rough. But you guys are chill then. And you're also chill. So is there a plague doctor in this business or not? And this is true. We know this is true. I guess it can be wrong if 3 or 4 are also evil. But we know that's not the case, or at least we think we know. What are we waiting? I guess no, this is just necessarily untrue now that I forgot that this existed for a second. I'm silenced, the character who picked me is lying. Something really interesting. And this is NO, of course. The Rambler. Evil but cannot lie. So if we find you, we need to know who to execute though. And it's random adjacent, which is rough. Always try it. If you are lost, simply remember where you are. What is bro waffling about? For sure. Left side is more evil. I'm glad it chose you on the hover, so I don't need to ask weird questions like what qualifies. One is evil, 2, 3, or 9. Well, I know what to do. 2, 3, 9. There are 3 evils. I just find it statistically unlikely that I got the 3 evils in one, bro. That's all. But that means among 2, 3, or 9, 1 is evil, which means that 2 and 3 are chill. I mean, 3 and 9 are chill. I guess that means that you're evil, right? Yes, okay, cool. Yes, easy money. Oh wait, no, but because of the puppeteer. And it's evil but can't lie. It's a villager, which means that you're evil, unfortunately. You've been manipulated. The Dreamer. Learn a role that's among them and one that's not. I don't know what that means. The Zaza Elf. The Knitter. I forgot about Corrupted Knight. I forgot about the instance in which a knight could be corrupted, and then, okay, it's not as safe as I thought it was. Okay, but 2 corrupted knights is crazy. Okay, well, I guess I can just do this and then confirm, because I know what happened. I sort of screwed myself on that one. Lying ass. Oh, fuck. I'm on my last heart, bro. Can I get to Ascension 4? Number 2 is a real knitter. Well, one of you two is wrong. Of course. There are no corrupted characters. Is this true? It would be very, very unlikely. It's true, which means that you are adjacent to 2. Okay, so then it's you. Okay, never mind. Ah, I get it. Okay, cool. I think that was the end of it. I think they forgot to get me to, what do you call it? I didn't reach Ascension 4 and stand it to go to Endless. But I think it's a good way to end it. Thank you for watching. Honestly, a lot of fun. Very, like, this is pretty much exactly if you ever wanted to play Alien, but you were pissed off by the fact that you needed to get people into a lobby to play it. This is what you're here for. This is what you're in for. Yeah. Check it out, I suppose, in the description. See you next time. Oh, didn't mean to click that. What was that mode? Before deck building. Okay, I'm chill. I like it when the game plays for me, you know? Anyway, see you next time.